Today we're putting the brand new RTX 5060 against the older RTX 4060 in a brutal real-world gaming test. On low, both GPUs push high FPS, but the difference is obvious the moment you look at frame pacing. The 5060 has smoother consistency. At medium, the 4060 starts sweating. You'll see occasional drops below the comfort zone during heavy rain scenes. The 5060 keeps frames tighter, and reflections lighting look cleaner thanks to its upgraded architecture. On high, the 4060 finally looks like a GPU from the previous gen. Ultra is pure pain for the 4060. It holds, but barely. You can literally see the frame graph jittering. The 5060 isn't perfect either, but it stays more stable. Ultra visuals look incredible, but the 5060 is clearly the one designed to survive them. The older card feels like it's hitting its architectural ceiling. On low, both cards swing through the city with a massive FPS. The 4060 performs well here, but the 5060 still has that 5 to 10% advantage and noticeably steadier motion blur during rapid swings. At medium, you start seeing the generation gap in reflections and shadows. The 4060 sometimes drops frames while web-zipping at insane speeds. The 5060 handles it much better. Not perfect, but more consistent where it matters. High settings introduce ray-traced features, and this is where the 4060 begins to choke. Heavy reflections on skyscrapers create frame drops. The 5060 actually handles these scenarios smoother. Ultra is a clean win for the 5060. The 4060 simply can't maintain smoothness during night swings with ray tracing. The 5060 isn't flawless, but it delivers a noticeably more stable experience. At low, both GPUs deliver high FPS in open areas, but the instant you introduce multiple enemies and particle-heavy attacks, the 4060 begins to wobble slightly. The 5060 stays tighter. Now, the real stress begins. This game is extremely demanding even without max settings. During boss fights, the 5060 keeps the frame line much steadier while the 4060 shows short but frequent dips. High settings bring out the beauty of this game. Volumetric lighting, shadows, fur detail. The 4060 struggles every time an attack animation explodes with particles. The 5060 still dips, but not as violently. Overall smoothness, 5060 wins. Ultra is basically a torture test. The 4060 suffers visibly. Both cards run Go W easily at low. Even big encounters look stable. The 5060 again edges out slightly in consistency. At medium, shadows and textures escalate. The 4060 begins to dip during crowded combat sequences. The 5060 still holds strong and avoids most of the micro shakes. High settings show the generation gap clearly. The 4060's frame graph dances during enemy waves. The 5060 produces smoother action with fewer drops when Kratos performs heavy attacks. Instead of the newer GPU dominating, the 4060 actually handles God of War's heaviest scenes with more composure. Sudden transitions, dense smoke, and high-intensity particle effects feel noticeably cleaner on the older card. So after 4 heavy games across 4 settings each, the story is simple. The RTX 4060 still performs well, but the RTX 5060 brings better stability, smoother frame pacing, and fewer drops across every single game and every setting. The gains aren't massive, but they're noticeable, especially where it counts. Thanks for watching, and let me know which GPUs you want tested next.